Some of the IKEA cabinetry, their section system, can seem downright weird. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to take a little bit of a dive into the IKEA kitchen system, their section cabinetry system, and some of the important things you should know before you start sitting down to plan an IKEA kitchen. So I think the number one thing that still surprises people is that IKEA kitchen cabinets only come in standard widths. So if you've ever taken a look at pictures of kitchens before or seen cabinet makers, you'll typically notice three types of kitchen cabinetry: custom, semi-custom, and stock RTA cabinets. And when I say RTA cabinets, I mean those ready to assemble, flat pack style cabinet systems. Now, IKEA's section cabinetry system falls into that last category, those stock cabinets, and are thus only available in stock sizes, minus a few that would actually be really nice to have. IKEA's cabinetry starts at 12 inches wide. Yes, no 9-inch option. It is too bad they don't have something on that skinnier end. However, from the 12-inch mark, they increase in increments of 3 all the way up to 36 inches wide. However, they do skip a few sizes in there, that being 27 inches wide and 33 inches wide. Now, that 33 inch is kind of a critical one they are missing in some regards, because a lot of people have their heart set on 33 inch refrigerators, and they don't offer a cabinet in that size. Instead, the refrigerator cabinets only come in 30 and 36 inch widths, meaning that if you want that 33 inch fridge, you are stuck with a 36 inch variety. Now, although IKEA doesn't make a cabinet for that real skinny end of the spectrum, and you may have to use a larger fridge cabinet than necessary, there are definitely some workarounds that we've discussed in the past, like the hidden cabinet panel and how to fill around those fridges, so I'm not going to dive into those in this video. The next important thing to know about IKEA cabinetry is that it's frameless. Now, if you're coming from an older style home, chances are you have framed cabinetry. Think of it more like a traditional style cabinetry with a pseudo picture frame around and behind your doors. However, IKEA's cabinets are all frameless, and they're designed from a point of view of a more sleek and minimalistic perspective. Now, interestingly enough, if you look at most of IKEA's furniture across their entire store, they're all designed in a similar manner, giving IKEA that modern minimalist aesthetic that they're known for. Now, I'm not going to debate which is better, framed or frameless cabinetry. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. However, what is important to know is that in using IKEA's frameless cabinetry and their full overlay style doors, you are going to have some slight spacing requirements that are different from typical traditional framed cabinets. In addition, this frameless setup used by IKEA often affords them that organizational flexibility that they are really well known for in terms of their interior organizational solutions. Alright, so let's move into IKEA's wall cabinetry for a second. Now, their wall cabinets are offered in 4-ish heights. You have your standard 20, 30, and 40 inch wall cabinets. And this is quite a bit different from the industry standard, which is typically centered around 30, 36, 39, 42, and 48 inches. And additionally, on top of this, that 4th-ish height option is a 15-inch height variety that comes with vertical lift style doors. Now, the reason I say 4-ish is because that 4th height, that 15-inch height variety, has a really limited sampling in terms of what's available in cabinet widths. You might be thinking that seems rather restrictive. Why only 4 heights of cabinetry, and why specifically those heights? However, I think IKEA has done this rather deliberately in many ways because it allows their system to be completely modular, and something we'll touch on a little bit later in this video. The next important thing to understand about IKEA's wall cabinetry is that they're 15 inches deep. And I've always been somewhat perplexed about this choice, and I've even asked multiple different IKEA staff why, and the only somewhat viable answer I ever seem to get back is to increase storage capacity. Now, for comparison, the industry standard has long been set at 12 inches deep when it comes to wall cabinets. Regardless of the reasons, it's important to know that IKEA's wall cabinets are 15 inches deep, especially if you're renovating older homes. Many of these spaces had bulkheads or soffits above the cabinetry, and whether they housed ductwork or were simply there to make the current cabinets look built in, it's important to know that they're probably going to need to be addressed when it comes time to install your new IKEA kitchen. This kitchen already feels so much bigger with that bulkhead gone. Huge difference. Now the reason I say that is because those soffits are typically around 12 to 14 inches deep, or at least that's historically where I've seen them at. Now, with your new 15-inch deep cabinets, you're going to have to amend those soffits in some way or another, be it tear them out entirely, increase their depth, or hide them with a filler panel. Next up on the list is IKEA's corner cabinetry, and how they're kind of an odd size. So let's start with the base cabinets, and IKEA offers two specific varieties. A blind corner cabinet, which if you've been around my channel for any length of time, you'll likely see that that is definitely my preferred option when it comes to the IKEA system. And then they have a standard L-shaped style cabinet. So the blind corner cabinet comes in with a width of 47 inches, and the L-shaped cabinet comes in at a width of 38 inches. Why not 48 and why not 36? Now I have my theories on this, the most obvious being the 47-inch corner cabinet accounts for a 2-inch wall cabinet filler in the cabinetry above. This leaves an even 45 inches of space to align the wall cabinetry with the blind base corner cabinet below. Now I have more theories and what I believe are the reasons why they've done it this way, and they all involve filler panels in some way or another, but we'll discuss those in another video. Now I also want to take a quick minute to mention that IKEA's angled wall corner cabinet comes in at 26 inches wide and not 24 inches wide. Again, I largely believe this comes down to filler panels. So if you were to take IKEA's standard angled corner wall cabinet and place it above their blind corner base cabinet, you would think that you would have a 2-inch offset, 26 inches up on the wall and 24 inches down below. However, it is important to remember that blind corner cabinet also needs a 2-inch filler to push the next wall of cabinetry away from that opening door. This effectively makes that base cabinet with a depth of 26 inches along that wall. So that one makes a little bit more sense. Clear as mud? If not, you're not alone. Just remember that planning the corner cabinetry is one of the trickiest parts of working within the IKEA kitchen system. Now the last two items on this list deal more with their cabinetry system as a whole. And the first thing is, it's important to know that their cabinet boxes aren't finished. IKEA cabinet boxes come in that standard melamine white finish, the same as that board you see at Home Depot. Now, if you live in Canada, you also have the luxury, and yes, I say luxury, we get two choices up here, of a deep brown wood grain tone as well. Either way, the cabinet box is likely not to match your door selection, and is going to need to be finished off using end gables and filler panels. So be sure to include these when you're planning your kitchen, not only because they'll give your kitchen that nice finished aesthetic look you're after, but also because their width needs to be taken into account when you're planning your kitchen layout. And last up, IKEA's kitchen system is meant to be modular. Now I alluded to this earlier when I discussed the 4-ish cabinet heights, and I definitely think this was done deliberately. I mean, of course it was, it's IKEA, it's a giant company, they wouldn't do anything haphazardly or randomly. But anyways, these 4 heights give a near seamless modular capability to their kitchen system. For example, you could stack two 20-inch cabinets and place them next to a 40-inch cabinet and remain at the same height. You can actually see that behind me right there. Alternatively, you could use two 15-inch vertical lift cabinets and place them next to a 30-inch standard cabinet and again remain at the exact same height. This modular capability extends even further into their You Trusted drawer system. So their drawer heights come in 3 different options: 5-inch, 10-inch, and 15-inch. Just think of all the options in a 30-inch cabinet. So you could have a 55-inch, you could have 3 10-inches, you could have 1-inch and 3 5s, you could have 6 5-inch cabinets. You get my point. This is really though where the IKEA system can shine, because even if you've got a weird height in your space or some sort of weird spacing, there is likely some aspect of the IKEA kitchen system that will work flawlessly in your space. To wrap things up, there are definitely some kooky elements to the IKEA cabinetry system, and planning and designing a kitchen can already be hard enough. So hopefully this helped identify some of those oddities, bringing you one step closer to your new IKEA kitchen. However, if you still feel stuck designing your space, whether it's an IKEA kitchen or not, head over to HS Studios, reach out, I would love to work with you guys. Thanks a ton for watching this week's video, and I can't wait to see all of your smiling faces next week.